Hi everyone. Just before we get started, I wanted to quickly say that while I very deeply love this book and think that it's important, it does contain some racial violence in this first chapter. And especially in light of recent events, if that's not something you feel like you can listen to, I would recommend skipping this video. Hi everyone, my name is Abbey. I'm the tween librarian, and today for First Chapter Friday, I'll be reading the first chapter of King and the Dragonflies by Kacen Callender. This book was just awarded the Boston Globe Hornbook Award for fiction and is also just a really lovely middle grade realistic fiction book. It's about a boy named King whose older brother Khalid has very tragically passed away. And after his death, King believes that Khalid has become a dragonfly. And this is something that he very deeply believes and every day goes down to the bayou to look for his brother. And he's also very much struggling with this friendship with a boy named Sandy, who secretly told King that he was gay. And Khalid very strongly disagreed with that and told King that he should not be friends with Sandy anymore. And it's about King kind of struggling with what to do with this friendship when someone that he loves and very deeply respects just disagrees with it and then passed away. So let's get started. So, Chapter 1. The dragonflies live down by the bayou, but there's no way to know which one's my brother. I've never seen so many dragonflies around this time of year. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands, just sitting on tree branches and rocks, baking in the sun, flitting over the brown water that seeps up from the dirt, zipping across the sky, showing off their ghost-like wings, happy in their own dragonfly paradise. I want to ask Khalid. I want to ask him, why did you choose a dragonfly? Why not something cooler like a lion or a panther or a wolf? And if he were still in the body that's now buried in the ground over in the Richardson Cemetery, he might hit me upside the head with his crooked grin and say, "Let me alone, I can choose whatever I want to be." And I wouldn't be able to argue, because I know he'd be exactly right about that. I like to look for my brother in the afternoon by the bayou, on the long and hot and sweaty walk back from school, down the hard dirt road that weaves between the thorny bushes with their big fluffy leaves, and through the trees with their moss and vines, cicadas making their noise and birds whistling their tunes. Those trees always seem to be watching, like they've got a secret to tell me, if only I'd stop for a second and wait and listen. Or it could be the ghosts, just like, as my mom says, plenty of ghosts here in Louisiana watching your every move, so you best mind yourself. I'm doing exactly that, just minding myself, kicking away some stones whenever they're in my path, thinking of my brother and dragonflies, and the world and the universe, because it can be funny sometimes, thinking about how small we are and what body we're in, when there's a crunching behind me. I turn and look to see a rusting white pickup coming, kicking up dust behind it, so I step to the side of the road and onto the browning grass, expecting it to zoom by, but the pickup slows down until it stops right beside me. There's a few white boys inside, but my heart drops to my stomach when I see the driver, Mikey Sanders. He was in my brother's class. He hated my brother. My brother hated him. But most people do on account of the fact that Mikey Sanders helped kill a man. No one says it because of who his father is, and no one will admit in the courtroom that the older Sanders boy helped 3 other murderers beat a man to death and then drag him all around the bayou. But everyone knows it was Mikey Sanders' white pickup truck that did the dragging. Same truck he's driving now, right here in front of me. He's got a sunburn across his face and a tiny blue eyes and pale hair, so pale it might as well be white too. He's smoking a cigarette, even though I know he isn't 18 yet, and he wears a collared shirt just like he's come back from church. My brother and Mikey got into fights. I mean, real thrown-down fist fights. My brother said Mikey's a racist, but Mikey called him the N-word and made monkey noises and would leave bananas on his desk. Even tied up a t-shirt like a noose and put it in my brother's gym locker. It's not surprising, I guess, given Mikey Sanders is the grandson of Gareth Sanders, who is a member of the white sheet-wearing KKK. And now Mikey Sanders is here, looking at me like he's thinking of dragging me from the back of his pickup truck, too. He doesn't say anything for a long moment, just looks me up and down, his truck's engine still rumbling and shaking almost as much as I'm trembling on my feet. His friends in the passenger seat and the back seat are as silent as stones. Mikey flicks his cigarette to the ground and sucks on his teeth. I flinch and I know how I must look to him. I look scared, like I'm about to wet my pants. I don't care, because that's exactly what I am, as scared as the day I was born, pushed out wailing into this world. I was scared to be alive then, and I'm as scared to be alive now. Mikey finally speaks. Sorry about your brother, he says. I don't answer him. I don't know if he's being serious, if he's joking, or if he's just being plain mean. He shrugs like he can hear all my questions, and he doesn't know any of the answers himself. What are you doing out here, he says, eyes scanning the trees all around me. I still don't say a word. Is he trying to figure out if I'm on the road by myself? Trying to see if he can get away with killing me too? He looks my way again, still sucking his teeth. Must be a piece of food stuck way in there. We're headed back into town, he rubs his nose. Want to hop in the back? Something possesses me, and I'm able to move. I shake my head once, hard and fast. Mikey shifts in his seat. You know your brother. I'm not sure what he's going to say, and maybe he isn't so sure either, because he stops himself right there. See you around. And he peels off, turning back into the road and racing out of sight, leaving a cloud of dust behind him. I stand right where I am, taking one long, shaky breath, and wait until my heart slows down. What would my dad say if he saw me as scared of this? What would my brother say? I know what my brother would say. No way you can live your life as a coward. If you're always too busy hiding, then you're not really living, are you? I take in another long breath and keep walking. All right, so that was the first chapter of King and the Dragonflies by Kacen Callender. So really lovely, very poignant story, I think, for a middle grade audience. And if you like what you heard today, you can get it on audio on both Hoopla and Overdrive. So thank you.